with Monster Hunter Wilds getting closer every single day, there is more and more information coming out about it. And by now, a lot of us should know that they plan on allowing us to have 2 weapons per hunt instead of the old 1 weapon. So I thought I'd make this video just so you can prepare and find out which weapon synergizes best with your current favorite weapon. So sit back and relax as I'm going to be going over every single weapon in Monster Hunter Wilds and the best pair for that weapon. So, enjoy. So for the first matchup on the list, we have the Greatsword and the Light Bowgun. Now this just seems like a match absolutely made in heaven. And the first thing I thought of when I heard about the double weapon thing was a light bowgun with rapid fire sleep ammo, some bombs, and the Greatsword. Just keep firing at the monsters until they go to sleep, place some bombs around it, charge up the Greatsword, and boom. Another reason they're a really good matchup is because when the monsters are dashing around the arena like Rajang, you can just switch out to the light bowgun and deal some heavy damage, because it can be really hard to hit them with the Greatsword when they're just absolutely dashing around the arena or flying. So yeah, they're just a really good matchup. They're basically a perfect symbiotic relationship. So for the second matchup on the list, we have none other than the dual blades, and we all seen this one coming, let's be real, the hammer. Weapons that cancel each other's weaknesses is what this whole list is about, and the sheer agility and speed of the dual blades paired with the absolute lunkiness and sheer damage of the hammer is just an incredible duo. There really isn't that much more to say about these two other than they just go hand in hand with each other, and I'm just really excited to use them. So the next duo on the list is 2 you probably won't expect to be together, but let me explain. This is the longsword and the hunting horn, and these guys just go par and par together. They are honestly really good, and you might not expect it, but I reckon they're going to be an amazing team to have. The longsword honestly is quite a mobile option, and assuming the counter slash still exists isn't that bad as an evasion option either. This covers the slow bonk hunting horn setup, which provides the impact damage the longsword lacks. The hunting horn also has some really cool healing abilities, and it also has some attack boosting abilities that affect every single teammate. And I don't know if you can use the hunting horn to affect yourself, and then switch weapons and have that attack boost, but that would be really awesome. And honestly, they just work really well together, so yeah. And just a random little side note I want to add about the hunting horn is I see a lot of YouTubers put it like in the worst tier in their tier list, and don't worry guys, we do appreciate you. If like a YouTuber puts it below a B tier, I honestly don't think they've ever been in like a party with a hunting horn that knows what they're doing, because I personally think they're one of the most like valued players you can be with. They're amazing, and we do appreciate you. And I personally don't use hunting horn as my main, but I really love being in like a lobby with someone who uses a hunting horn well, and I think they're just an amazing weapon. So for the next combo on the list, we have the Charge Blade paired up with the Heavy Bowgun. Now this is a really mean combination of weapons. It will just deal an absolute crazy amount of damage, and the Heavy Bowgun really makes up for the Charge Blade being one of the less versatile weapons on the list. And when the enemies start flying and doing the zoomies, the Heavy Bowgun can easily take care of that, and the Charge Blade is just going to deal some monstrous amounts of damage. I feel like this will be a very used combo, and it's just going to be a really good combination in general. But other than that, there isn't much more to say about them, other than this is going to be a very devastating pair of weapons to have. So for the next pair up on the list, we have the Sword and Shield and the Gun Lance. Now, the Sword and Shield is a very aggressive weapon. It's an up-close weapon, and the Gun Lance is basically the complete opposite, and they both synergize very well. The Sword and Shield is basically everything the Gun Lance needs, like an up-close aggressive weapon, and the Gun Lance is everything the Sword and Shield needs, where you can, after you need to sharpen your weapon and fall back a little bit, you can just equip the Gun Lance and deal some extra damage. So they just work really well together, and yeah, I think they'll make a good combination. So for the next combination on the list, we have the Switch Axe and the Insect Glaive. The switch axes are great for damage, but rather slow and immobile for something without stuns or defensive options. Glaive adds mobility and range to the kit, with its potentially lower DPS being covered by the switch axe. The insect glaive being one of my favourite weapons, I absolutely can't wait to use this combination. It's going to be probably my go-to combination, and I think they're going to be incredible together, and I honestly feel like this will be one of the most used combinations in the game. So for the last combo on the list, and certainly not the least, we have the lance and the bow. And if the hitboxes in Wilds is going to be similar to the hitboxes in World, then all the lance really needs is like a ranged counterpart, and I feel like the bow fits absolutely perfectly. With the vulnerability of the bow being completely cancelled out by the absolute sheer defensiveness of the lance, I feel like these are going to be an incredible duo to definitely watch out for. They're going to be absolutely insane together. Also, similar to a lot of other weapons on this list, the bow is going to take care of monsters that are raging around the arena that are hard to attack, as the lance kind of struggles to do that. So guys, let me know what you think down below. If you have a personal preference of a matchup, definitely leave a comment, and I'll probably give you a shout out in a future video, as I plan on making a part 2 to this of other weapons that'll kind of go well together. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss any more videos like this. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.